He should do it, yeah. All right, let's go a little bit Beitsa, as they say. That way we can brag to Shabbat time when he gets back. Oh, we did so much. Okay, Amr Shmuel. Shmuel's back in the batting box. Gonna turn on the camera for the last few minutes.
Yep.
You did?
I did.
Okay. Amr Shmuel. Who would like to read the Gemora?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Amr Shmuel, Sid Shmuel, Chasomos Shibakarka Matir. So what does Chasomos mean?
I think we need to see Rashi. We know what a chosim is, by the way. I'm not saying it's for sure the word here, but you know what a regular chosim is?
Some blocks that, no?
It's like
Yeah,
that.
there's a block.
So the word chatima. Chatima is a
Sealed up.
sometimes it's the way they used to seal things, is they would put the last, like melt the wax and all of that. But it's probably one of those words that has alternate meanings. But at least we know the main meaning. Let's see the Rashi. Chosamos shabakarka. Rashi says, you want to try it, Jack? The first wide line, actually. Rashi gives a French word, which you actually might know, coming from Montreal. Put your French to work. Let's see if it rings a bell. If not, first wide line in Rashi.
Chasamos Faerman.
Parmaduris.
Parmaduris.
Ring a bell?
Not at all. No Faerman.
Well, next time you speak to Saidu.
Spanish.
Next time you speak to Saidu, ask him if he knows this word. Anyhow. Okay, now, so the next Rashi hopefully will give us more information, though. Rashi says whatever that word meant, when we talk about it in relation to the karkas, shechosama shabakarka means
Sigon,
dalatot,
Pitrei, Borot.
So let's just stop there. Rashi's already making it synonymous with what? Dalatot means
doors.
Literally doors, right? It could mean like a lid. A lid is also like a door. It's
To
just
open up.
a regular door is what do you say? Vertical, and this is horizontal.
This is like caves, though. No,
Maybe
caves.
that are to the entrances of borot, right? A bore is like a pit. But, you know, once you're dealing with a hole in the ground, it depends if it's this kind of ground, we'll call it a pit. If it's like a little bit up, we'll call it a cave. It's pretty much the same thing. Okay, so now,
The Mara.
Rashi says clearly we could also be talking about not only a pit, but a cave.
The Mara has Purim. Kashrei.
What does Pituche mean? Open, not?
The entrances of, like a petach is not only from the word opening, it can also be an entrance, right? So, they are segurim, they are what?
Kashrei Chavalim.
Let's just talk about the word segurim first. They are closed. So we have like lids or maybe even proper doors that are closed. What? With
strings, cords.
Right, like knots or whatever.
Ropes.
Yeah, of chavalim. Right? So in other words, you take rope, and you tie it up tight.
Yeah.
So that knot, if you do a proper knot, is almost like a lock. So that's why a chatima, often like with a, you know, is how you close something. Like for example, there's a halacha about meat that should have proper tags showing that it's sealed up.
Right.
Or else you think maybe the goy was tampering with it and switching it for a treif meat. So there's certain times when a seal is actually the way you close it tight to make sure nobody gets in. So here we're using it in that sense, I think. So Rashi says, what actually is sealing up this doorway into this pit? Not a regular lock for whatever reason. Maybe you're afraid it will get wet or who knows what. So instead you use ropes. But how can you use a rope to close something? You make a special kind of a knot, right? Like sailors. Sailors know how to make special knots that are very permanent, like a permanent knot. Okay? So let's say it's done in such a way, like we know today, that there's such a thing as a double knot, right? That is a problem on Shabbos, right? Shabbos, if you, for example, they used to have the gartel that you tied up, and if somebody before you had, instead of making a bow, he made a double knot, and you started trying to open up on Shabbos, it could be a real problem. You're not allowed to undo a double knot. Even if your shoelaces get double knotted by accident, it's not so simple to just undo them. Right? There's a whole lot about that, but you have to use a shinui. So maybe he's talking about that kind of.
A regular pit with no ropes across the pit.
Sorry?
A regular pit with ropes.
Not the rope, but let's say he took a doorway
Yeah.
and created kind of a doorway, and then he tied the knot to sort of close the doorway. So in a sense, it's a lock, okay, for the door, for this particular door that happens to be for like some kind of cavity in the ground, a pit or a cave. He created some kind of a doorway that has a proper delis. Rosh said there is a proper door there, right? It's just that they're closed with knots in this rope. So I think it's just like, you have a bit of a string hanging here, a bit of a string. You tie them up like we used to do with the Sefer Torah, right? Tie it up and keep it closed. But if it's a proper double knot, then you could have a problem. Perhaps that's what it's referring to. Okay, we'll stop here.
Yeah.